Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllDay, back with another video, and in this video I'll be doing an overview of Superboy-Prime and Merciless, the gold label McFarlane online store exclusive figures. These are going to be the Patina edition for each one. As always, I'll be talking about the figures itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at front of the box for Superboy-Prime. This side, the back, the other side just has a barcode on the bottom, top, and bottom. And we'll do for Merciless as well, the front of the box. You can see it right there. The side, the back, which I really like this art piece. The other side, just a barcode, top and bottom. And let's see, you know what, let's show you what it looks inside for each one. So once you remove the cover for Superboy-Prime, there you go, you can see what's inside. And we'll also do for Merciless as well too. So there you go, here we have Merciless and Superboy-Prime. Now let's take a look at these figures outside the box. As always, you do come with a card. The front of the card looks like for Superboy-Prime. The back of the card. And you can see here it got 1631 out of 4010. And it does come with a card stand. Typical card stand we've seen before, but it does have that patina look on this one. This one has more of a gold on the DC on there, and of course more like a matte green. And then, of course, just slide it in just like so. There you go. And then Merciless also comes with a card. The back of the card. And they got 2243 out of the 5700. And same thing, it comes with a card stand. This one is a little different in terms of the actual color. This has like a more copperish kind of look, brownish look to it. And the green is not as like greenish like this one right here. So it's a different tone in terms of the green. And again, you just slide it in, just like so. Superboy-Prime does not come with any accessories. And Merciless does come with accessories with a really nice long sword. And I actually really like it because you can really see the detail on there. Look at the handle. You got that patina look and that green look. It looks really nice, very detailed. Then the other side as well. Again, very sculpted. Very good looking sword. And they do come with these unique puck stands. This is going to be the Superboy-Prime. It's more like a matte finish color brown. And then, of course, you got that bronze kind of Superman logo on there. And for Merciless, it comes with a nice shiny puck. And, of course, patina green. And it has a logo on there as well, too. Pretty cool. And that's that. Let's take a look at Superboy-Prime. We'll start off with the articulation. So, left, right, up, down, shoulder articulation. It does articulate, but it does hit right there. Bicep, elbow, wrist. Yeah, there you go, wrist. Torso. Swivel. Be careful, which I'll talk about in a bit why you want to be careful. Legs. Knees. Ooh, it's a little stiff right now. Ankles. Some, but not a whole lot because it does hit right there. And of course, come on. I know it does articulate the toes. Ah, there you go. Toes as well. Some parts, again, the ankles and the bicep on there. But apart from that, it's good overall. Now let's talk about the figure itself. First off, we'll start off with the head sculpture design and paint. Of course, it has this kind of like a weird bronze paint. Again, patina. But it looks like it's like the base color is going to be like that bronze. And then it has that green paint over. You can see that nice shiny green paint on it. It looks really nice. You got the face sculpted design, you got the hair sculpted design, then you got more of that paint on there, that green paint that's splattered all over this figure. And I gotta say, it's a good looking head sculpture design for Superboy Prime. And I'm a sucker for the patina look, and I like it. I think this paint looks really nice. Weird, yes, but it looks good. When I think of the patina figures, or the edition, I should say, they almost remind me of like a statue you would see outside. I know there's a statue like in Los Angeles, I believe, of a Batman one. It reminds me of that. But anyway, so head sculpture design looks nice, looks clean, and of course the hair, it looks really, really nice and clean. Then you have here the arm. This is what I want to talk about, and you want to be careful because this is really, really flimsy. And so, well, first off, you have the shoulder piece on there. You have some, looks like it's going to be pipes on there. Good sculpture design on there. And of course, again, that green, the nice glossy green on there looks really nice, really well painted. And then you have this hose on here. And again, you want to be careful because I was taking it out very, very, very slowly. And unfortunately, when I was taking it out from the cape, because the way it's with McFarlane with capes is that it's actually inside. There's a plastic, so it's basically like this, right? And then you kind of have to cut the plastic to open it up and then pull it out. But I think what happened, maybe when I was pulling it out, it caught onto something and it ripped. So it's no big deal. Just put some glue on here. See? It'll be fine. But it is unfortunate though. But anyway, so let's talk about the figure itself. You got the nice bicep on there, the tricep, and the gauntlets on there. Very sculpted design. You can see the sculpture design here on the gauntlet on there. Looks nice. And then inside, you got more sculpture design there. And of course, the open hand. But the main thing is going to be, of course, the paint. And I gotta say, the paint looks really nice. The whole glossy green on this figure looks nice. It looks clean. It makes it seem like it's been, how can I put it? Contaminated, makes any sense, like it's been rusted, and it's not, of course, but it has that look, and I like it. I'm a sucker for patina look. I don't know why. Then you have the other side on here. Again, more sculpture design there. You got the more of that green paint, of course, and then you have here the hose. As you can see, here's perfect on this side. Just be careful when you take it out the box, and same sculpture design that's on the gauntlets and hands as well too. Then you got the centerpiece on there. You got the Superman logo, which looks really nice, very big. And I like it's actually a different color. I actually like that because it makes the figure pop. But it is unfortunate because on this one, it pops. But if you look at Merciless, it doesn't pop. So, well, we'll talk about that one in a bit. Then you got that armor piece on there too around the neck. You can see that. You got, looks like it's going to be some kind of bolts or so forth. Which looks nice. More of that hose here underneath the chest. And you can see the abdomen as well too. And of course, that green paint looks nice. The cape looks nice. You got more sculpture design here, more of those kind of bolts or whatever they are. But the cape looks nice though. I like the cape. Very stylized cape, and of course that copper with that green paint on it. And I actually gotta say, you can really see here just the quality of paint. Because this is $10 more than the original one, and I'll compare it in a bit to the original one, but you can see here the quality of the paint and just the paint that they use. It really looks really, really good, and it stands out. It really stands out. When you look at it like this in the cape, you really do see where your money went. And so, let's take a look at the back. There's not much to it on the back. It's just plain looking, right? And then, yeah, so that's pretty much it in terms of the upper body. And I gotta say, the upper body, it looks really, really nice. I'm telling you, the green paint. I know some people don't like the whole patina, but I'm telling you right now, when you see it in person, you really appreciate more of the sculpture design, but also just the paint. Like where they added more paints here, like all inside here in the little, between the gaps on there, right in the corner right there. And you really appreciate all that detail and the fact that they really gone above and beyond and really make it stand out with that paint. And so to me, the upper body looks fantastic. I'm telling you, the paint just looks really, really good. Then you got the lower body on here. We'll do the torso. You got kind of sculpture design. More hoses on there, right? And I like about the hoses too, it also has that copper base paint, but also that green paint right there. You can see that perfectly right there. Then you got the legs, very muscle tone. More sculpture design there. More of that green paint, which looks nice. I like how it's right in the middle of it. So it looks like it's been like built up a mold and so forth. Kind of creepy look, not creepy looking, kind of ugly looking, but it looks good though. You get the boot on there, sculpture design, and again, more inside that green paint's inside right there. Little things like that makes this whole patina figure look really nice. And it just looks really just dirty. Like it's been like in the sewers type thing for a long time and created all this mold, but it looks really badass. It's like a love-hate type of thing. Then you got more of the hose in the back. You can see sculpture design on the boots itself. Now you can see more sculpture design there. And you get more of that base copper paint. And you can really see more of the base paint right here. And the glutes, as you say. And yeah, I gotta say, great looking Superboy figure. And so overall, what I think about this figure, I think it's a good looking figure. I really like this figure. The pricing is gonna be, well, I'll talk about the pricing in a bit. But the figure itself, I gotta say, it's a good looking figure, and I really like this figure. The patina look, it's not for everyone, but to me, I'm a sucker for it, and it looks really, really good, really nice. It is unfortunate because of that hose, but apart from that, though, I gotta say, fantastic looking figure, and especially in the back on the cape, man, the cape looks really nice with that paint. So to me, I really like this figure a lot. Good looking figure. Now let's take a look at Merciless. We'll start off with the articulation. So head, ooh, it's hitting right here, so it's unfortunate. And up, down, very limited. And left, right is not the greatest, which is fine, I guess. Shoulder articulation, it does articulate. I know because of the original one right there, but mine's a little stiff. Oh, I don't want to break it, so it does articulate. I know that for a fact because of the blue one, which I'll show in a bit. Bicep, ooh, it's a little stiff. Elbows, there is some, not a whole lot. Wrist, oof, almost like as if this has been, oh my god, this is really stiff. And again, it does articulate. Mine is just being a little punk right now. There you go. You can see some articulation on the hand right there. It does articulate. It's just a little stiff right now. Torso articulation, not the greatest. Swivel is good. Leg, it does hit right here, but the other leg also kind of hits right there. It's not the greatest. Knees, oh my god, this is a really stiff figure. It does articulate. Trust me when I say it does articulate. Just mine is really stiff and I don't want to break it. Ankle and toes as well. So the articulation on this figure, there is some, and I'll compare it in a bit when I show you the original one, because mine's really stiff right now, so bear with me. But unfortunately, articulation is limited to, well, limited on the head, and a little bit of the shoulders, and a little bit of the legs, so it hits right here. And apart from that, everything else is okay. Now let's talk about this figure, because man, this figure, oof. This figure, just look, first off, look at this head sculpture. Just look at this. And tell me that does not look menacing. You got the whole base copper paint. It looks really nice. But I will say, though, the copper base paint, it's not like the Superboy Prime. The Superboy Prime is a little bit more matte on the terms of the copper base paint. This one has a little bit of a shine to it on the copper base paint. And, of course, the green is more matte. So it's kind of like the opposite. This had a glossy green. This one has a matte green. See that? But just look at the head sculpture. Just look at that details right here, the mask on there. Look at the creepy red eyes. The eyes look incredible and menacing. Even from a distance, you can see those red eyes. And it just looks menacing and creepy and mean. And I'm loving it. Then you got here at the little wings on there. But more of that paint on there. You can see that perfectly. Right, there's the back of it as well too. You got more sculpture design there in the back. Then you got the nice thick fur on the back. You really feel it. More of that green and copper paint. You got the back armor right there. Sculpture design. You got the scuff marks on there. Looks like it's been battle damage, which is really, really nice. Then you got the shoulder. Big, huge shoulder piece. Look at all that detail. And again, that green paint on there looks really nice. You can see that perfectly right there. All that detail. Then you got the spikes on there on the bicep. And then you got more sculpture design underneath right here. There you go. You can see that perfectly. Look at that. All that sculpted design, more of the spikes there. Then you have here the gauntlet. Just look at all of that detail. Come on, you have to admit, for the price that you're paying for this is incredible deal for the price for this figure. And I'm pretty sure you can figure out what I'm going to give this figure. More sculpture design on the hands. And again, more of that paint. Look at all that green paint underneath right there. Let me see if my camera can pick it up right there. All that paint right there in the crevices. Little things like that, I'm telling you, makes this figure pop. Like right there. See that? Makes this figure pop. Just looks... I don't know what to say, man. It looks incredible. More sculpture design here. You can see that sculpture design there inside and underneath as well. Again, McFarlane nailed this figure. Just look at all of that detail. And again, for the price that you're paying for this figure, come on, you have to admit, this looks incredible. More sculpture design underneath there. Like, the more you look at this figure, the more you're like, dude, this is so much going on in this figure. And I love every minute of it. Then you got the Batman logo on here. And like I said with the Superboy Prime, I like how it's painted differently and it pops. This one is there, but it's not there, if that makes sense. Which I'll compare it to the original one, you'll see what I mean. So you can see it right here, but it's not. It's just there. It kind of looks plain right there, which is unfortunate. Big sculpture design right there. Then you got the abdomen as well, too. Look at all that paint. Just amazing, man. Amazing looking figure. Then you have here the Spawn skull right on his crotch. I know it's not the Spawn skull, but you get what I'm saying, though. Then you got the sculpture design here, the big, huge armor pieces. And, of course, you can see that green paint on it. It just stands out, man. And, again, this is just the upper body. And I gotta say, this figure, it is just top-notch, man. This is the figure that makes McFarlane, man. This is why people love McFarlane. And I love McFarlane because he makes figures look cool and badass. And come on, you have to admit, this looks badass. And again, I just talked about the upper body. Now let's take a look at the lower body. You got the nice, on here, I'm going to say rope, chain on there. You got the spike chain. You can see that right there. Also painted as well, too. Then you have here the, I don't know what this is called. But this right here, I don't know what it's called. You got in the front. You can feel the sculpture design right there. And also the back. See that? You can feel it on the front and the back. And it's also painted as well, too. Then you have here, the glutes have the sculpture design, or textured, I should say. That's on the upper body, on the arm, also present here. And, of course, it's painted as well, too, the patina color. Then you have the legs are also sculpted, right? You have this armored textured feel, and again, all that paint right here, just look at that, all that paint, all of that, even in the back of the legs too. Just, man, for the price you're paying for this, come on, you have to admit, dude, this is a magnificent deal. Then you got the knees as well too, big huge armor pieces, and you get the spikes on there. Then you have the boots as well too. Look at this armored boot right there, look at that. And it's also painted, even the feet, even the toes are spiked. You can see that right there perfectly. Just look at all the detail. And again, for what you're paying, dude, I don't know why this hasn't been sold out already. Because you have to admit, this is an amazing looking figure. And having the patina paint, oh man, this is to me a must-have. And so, this figure just 10 out of 10, man. I don't care what people say. I know people don't like the paint. I don't care. This is a good looking figure. Sculpture design, the detail, the paint. Articulation is a bit limited here and there, but man, just look at this. Just magnificent. Heck yeah. Fantastic looking figure. And again, for the price that you pay for this one, oof, come on. Come on. But of course, the main question is it really worth it? Should you go out and get these figures? I'll start off with Superboy Prime. I want to say for $30 is a good deal, but at the same time, the original is $20, and the question I ask myself, is it really worth the $10 price for the extra paint? But I've got to be honest though, I think for $30, I think that $30 is a good price for Superboy Prime. When you see Superboy Prime with patina paint, the paint is going to grab your attention, especially that cape. I'm telling you, when you see that cape with that paint, it just stands out, and you see all the little paint that they added between the crevices and the cracks and all that. It just makes the figure pop. And so for $30, I think Superboy Prime is a good price for it. Now, Merciless, is that one worth the price? Come on, $30, heck yeah. For one, you get an accessory, you get a sword that's also painted patina and also really well sculpted. And of course, for $30 for the Merciless, come on, that is a amazing deal for $30. Definitely get that one. If you would ask me which one should you get the Merciless one. As much as I like Superboy Prime, and I really do, Merciless just stands out, and that figure looks top notch. 10 out of 10 type of figure. And for what you're getting for $30, the same price as Superboy Prime, heck yeah. Merciless, definitely get one. I'm telling you, don't want to miss one out. You don't want to miss out, excuse me, on Merciless. Get that patina. So overall, what do I give Superboy Prime and Merciless Patina Edition? They easily get a thumbs up for me. Definitely get one. And I'm telling you, get this one now. Merciless, get it now before they sell out. I just checked on McFarlane website. They're still available. Superboy Prime, I can see why, because some people may not like it. Merciless, again, for $30 for what you're getting, what are you waiting for? Here we have Superboy Prime, the original one, next to the Patina Edition. Obviously, you can see from the paint. And I like this figure. Obviously, it's more comic accurate. But let's be honest, it was just one of those figures that, oh, this is cool. And that's it. But you can see here, the repainted edition, the Patina Edition, it just grabs your attention. And one, not only the paint, but you really appreciate more of that detail of the original one. For instance, it's all there. It's just a repaint. But you can see more of those little bolts right there, more sculpture design there. You can see it more. You can see it here. It's there. But unfortunately, since it's all silver, it kind of blends in. Here, it's all one paint, but since having that patina and having the green and the crevices right there, it really pops in, and you can see it more, you appreciate it more. Now, when I mentioned about the cape, look at this cape, right? It's fine, but look at this cape. See that? Why am I showing you this? Because you can see the money where it went. You can see where McFarlane spent actually good quality paint on this. Just look at all that paint. You can move it around and you see more of that green and then that copper based paint. This one is just painted as is, so what you see is what you get. And I'm showing you that because I wanted to you guys can see that, yeah, you're paying $30. It's just a repaint, but you are getting way better quality of paint, especially on that detail. So again, $30, I think this is a good deal. Not as an amazing deal like Merciless, but it's still a good deal compared to the original one. Here is the Merciless Patina next to the original one. Now, as I mentioned about the logo on here, it's just plain looking. It's like it's missing something. Obviously, as you can see right here, it's missing the actual Batman logo. It's not bad on this one. It's just kind of plain. It's like almost like they're missing something, and obviously you can see right there. Also, too, the original one came with the same exact sword, but it's not painted, so you can't really appreciate and see all of that detail in the sword. But with this new one, if I can find the sword, oh, there you go. You can really appreciate and see, oh, camera can break it up, and see all of that detail in the sword. See that? So I prefer this one because you can see more of the sculpture design on the sword. And as I mentioned on the shoulder articulation, like I said, it does articulate. Same with the bicep as well too. And of course, the leg. It's a little stiff, but it does articulate. I just wanted to show you guys because I wanted to prove that it does articulate. It's just mine was, on this one, was being a little finicky. But apart from that, though, they are exact same figure. And of course, it's going to be a repaint. If you would have asked me which one do I prefer out of these two, ooh, this was hard because man, it's hard because on one hand, I like this paint. I am a sucker for this kind of paint. It has this kind of like a pearl-like-ish blue on it, and it looks really nice. This one, of course, patina. And like I said, I'm a sucker for patina. But if you would ask me which one I prefer, man, it's tough. Because, man, these both look incredible. And so the more I look at it, the more I'm like, I like this one more because of the base paint. But this whole patina, having the green paint in certain areas, you can really see more of the sculpture design. You can really appreciate it more. Like for instance here on the shoulder, it has a texture to it, but it's all one color, right? See that right there? Come on, camera, pick it up. There you go. You can see the paint, right? But it's all one paint. I mean, you can see the sculpture, but it's all one paint, so you can't really appreciate it. But on this one, though, having that patina and having that green on there, you can really see, and it does stand out a little bit more. So little things like that, I appreciate it on the patina version compared to the Merciless one, the regular one. But again, if I can only choose one, I'm going to go for the original one just because of the base paint. Just because of that. And here we have Merciless next to Batman Who Laughs. The original one who started all this whole Batman is characters. This is going to be the Batman Who Laughs from the Mortal Kombat wave. Great looking figure for $20. The head sculpture and the... Oh man, I gotta show you that. This is incredible, man. Look at that paint on that face right there. Like, you can see that right. Look at that detail on it. On that face and that mouth. That blood. That looks cool, man. The moment I saw this figure and I saw all that detail in that mouth and that paint, oh, I had to get it. Anyway, so sorry. Off track. Here we have Batman Who Laughs and, of course, Merciless or Batman. The one who started it all. And you can see the scaling as well, too. Obviously, this is more like a Mega Fig size figure. It's not a Mega Fig, but it's a Build-A-Figure. It's a Build-A-Figure figure. That makes sense? Yeah. Like I said, Batman Who Laughs next to Merciless Patina. Here we have the Superboy-Prime next to Anti-Monitor, the Mega Fig. Great comic accurate figure for Anti-Monitor. But like I said in the video, something about it when you pick it up, it does have a certain premium feel to it. And so, I'm saying that because when I made a video of that one, and I made a video of the Justice Buster, and I mentioned on the Justice Buster, it looks huge, and it is, but the feeling of it, just something's off. This one on the Anti-Monitor, it just feels more premium, more heavier, even though it's smaller. Again, winning an off course base, but anyways, though, you have Superboy-Prime, and you can really see the scaling, and of course, the whole patina, how a comic figure looks next to a more comic accurate color palette figure. Here we have Merciless and Superboy-Prime next to Joker from the Infinite Frontier storyline. This is going to be Joker from the... Who was exclusive from? I know it's going to be the Black Light Edition, and I want to say it's BBTS or Entertainment Earth. One of those two. I always forget which one. I wanted to show you how a really bright, gimmicky figure next to another darker in tone gimmick figures. Of course, the Patinas next to the Black Light Edition figures. Here we have both the figures next to each other, and you can really see the difference in paint. One of them has a more darker base paint, like I said in the video with Superboy-Prime, and the Merciless one has a more brighter base paint, but the green on the Merciless is more like a matte. This is the opposite. This one has like a brighter base copper paint, and the green is glossy, or the matte base paint on this one, the copper, it's more matte-ish per se and darker, but the green is more glossy, so it makes it figure pop more. So there you have them, both of them standing next to each other. They both look good, look great in my opinion, but of course, Merciless is probably my favorite one. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me on these figures or plan on purchasing these figures? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of Superboy-Prime and Merciless, the gold label McFarlane online store exclusive figure, the Patina edition, and on to the next one.